Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Tuesday, happy June. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to present about Aprendamos family of services. My name is Erin O'Donnell, and I am the Human Resources Director. I have been with Aprendamos just short of 2 years, and with me today is Katrina Hilla, who is our Director of Autism Services. So Katrina, if you could please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Katrina Hilla. I am the Director of Autism Services with the Mariposa Autism Service Center. We will talk more about that department later. I've been with Aprendamos for the last 4 years and in this position as director for the last year or so. I look forward to hanging out with all of you for the next half hour to an hour. Thanks, Erin.
Thank you. And so for those of you that are not familiar with our Aprendamos family of services, the way I'm going to break it down is similar to the Marriott hotel chain. Everyone knows like Marriott as the main name. Underneath them, you have smaller hotels such as Marriott, Residence Inn, Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites, Courtyard, etc. So think of Aprendamos as the main company, and then under Aprendamos, we have our 6 programs. And so we'll get into the first one right now, which is Cariño Home Visiting. And so this is located out of our Perkins Drive location here in Las Cruces. This is a no-cost home visiting program for expectant parents and parents with children under the age of 3. We focus on development, breastfeeding, parenting skills, and more. We provide this service throughout all of Doña Ana County, and this is from prenatal all the way to age 3. However, in July, it's my understanding that this program will be offered to families up to age 5. So basically prenatal to age 5. And currently Cariño Home Visiting is 100% telehealth. We hope to be returning into the homes and or doing a blended approach in the near future. We're currently using apps and telephone and voice telephonics to help complete the visits with these families. And so, of course, Zoom, Google Duo, and some other programs to help get you those services. So that is our Cariño Home Visiting. Our second program is Conscious Fathering of Southern New Mexico. This is also located out of our Perkins Drive location in Las Cruces. We serve fathers and father figures, and there's 2 components to this program. Number 1, the conscious fathering. Number 2 is fathering in 15. So under conscious fathering, this is no-cost fathering classes for new fathers, expecting fathers, experienced fathers, grandfathers, uncles, brothers, whoever is going to be the father figure. We offer one-on-one and community classes, whether it's in-home or Zoom, or not in-home, sorry, community or on Zoom. We service fathers throughout the southern part of the state. So we service 9 counties with this program. And also with the conscious fathering classes, they talk about everything for new and expecting fathers, such as how to swaddle their baby, change diapers, feed the baby, recognize certain crying patterns, and additional information that might be useful when it's their turn to become a father. And then the second component is our Fathering in 15 classes, which go over, co-parenting, managing stress, how to support the mom or the female while she might be breastfeeding, financial balance, all that sort of stuff. And so that's our Conscious Fathering program. Through this program, we're also a Safer New Mexico car seat distribution site. So if you need a car seat, we can offer you that for a $20 donation. If for some reason the family does not have the $20, that will be waived, and we can still get you a car seat to ensure that you transport your child safely. Our third program is the Aprendamos Early Intervention. This is what our company was founded on about 16 years ago. Next month, it'll be 16 years. And this is also housed out of our Perkins location here in Las Cruces. We service all of Doña Ana County. We're one of 3 providers that do the early intervention here in Doña Ana County. So this is for families with children birth to 3. We can offer up to, I believe, 18 different supports, and Aprendamos pretty much offers the majority of the 18. So we provide speech, occupational, and physical therapy. We have family therapy, family and community resources. We also offer infant massage, nutrition and nursing services, breastfeeding support, developmental instruction, pediatric specialty team, and a whole bunch more. We're currently offering telehealth and in-person services. And this service is free to all families as long as the child qualifies for the 25% developmental delay. And we provide those free developmental screenings to your children to see if they qualify. And I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and we'll address them at the end. And so now I'll turn it over to Katrina, who will talk about our next 3 programs.
Okay, I was having some technical difficulty. My computer did not want to unmute, excuse me. So the next department is Esperanza Children's Therapy. This department was created as an extension of our early services. Our senior management team realized that when children turn 3 and age out, they still, some of these support services provided to them for quite a while. To get them the help they need, we created this clinic where children can receive speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy until the age of 13. So this is a pediatric clinic-based service. Through the pandemic, we moved to a telehealth model where children could receive services just virtually through either Zoom or another HIPAA protected platform. They can receive speech and OT and physical therapy virtually from the privacy of their home to keep their children and family members safe during the pandemic. Or if they had complex needs and needed more face-to-face therapeutic services, we did offer a blended model so that families could come into the clinic. A limited number of families could continue to come into the clinic to receive the support and the therapy that they needed. We do have 2 locations for Esperanza Children's Therapy. We're in Las Cruces off of Hickory Loop, and we're also the southern tip of Doña Ana County in Anthony, New Mexico, off of Anthony Drive. We are contracted and credentialed with most private insurances and all of the New Mexico Medicaid and Centennial Care plans. Next. Okay, the next department I'm going to be talking about is MASC. That's my baby. This is Mariposa Autism Service Center. So Mariposa is a little bit different than some of the other services we provide, in that we do require a specialized diagnosis of autism. This is the only program that requires a particular diagnosis over other types of diagnoses. And school districts can give a diagnosis of autism. The state funding and insurance in the state of New Mexico requires that this diagnosis comes from a provider, a medical provider in the state of New Mexico. And so we have to have that medical diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder in order to be able to provide ABA therapy to a child on the spectrum. pandemic, we did not stop going into the homes of the families that we serve. The pandemic provided a time of chaos and disruption for all other routines and schedules. And so we continued to provide our therapy in the home, support that we serve. We do have telehealth available for some children that have all of the skills to be able to participate in telehealth services, but telehealth has to be approved by the insurance, the funding source, in order for us to be able to provide telehealth services. We are credentialed and contracted with most private insurances as well, to include all of the Medicaid and Centennial groups. We service
Okay, there's a little bit of a frozen slide here, but I'll take over for Katrina. I think what she was gonna say is we service children from when they're first diagnosed all the way up to age 21, I believe. And they have to be evaluated and diagnosed by a clinical psychologist. Our sixth program is Alegria Family Counseling. And so this is located here in Las Cruces on Wyatt Drive, for those of you that are familiar. We service children and adolescents, adults, couples, and families. So this is the program for all ages, birth until whenever, adulthood. We're not a crisis center. So for those individuals, we would refer out to a crisis center. However, we provide a blended model of in-clinic services and telehealth, family and individuals that have a choice of which they would prefer and what fits their needs best. We do currently service clients statewide and nationwide via telehealth or telephonic. And we accept most New Mexico Medicaid and Centennial, as well as private insurances. And for this program, as you can see, we do the counseling based on ADD, ADHD, anger management, relationship issues, PTSD, couples counseling and family therapy, grief and loss counseling, trauma and sexual abuse, learning disabilities, parent and child bonding, mental health disorders, and behavior modification. Okay, Katrina is back.
I'm back.
We'll go ahead and talk about this slide here. So in January of 2020, Aprendamos decided to move towards becoming a values-based organization. And so we basically do everything for ourselves and our clients by modeling our core values in all that we do. So our core values are: we believe in families first, we are dedicated to integrity always, we are committed to the pursuit of excellence, we are committed to making a meaningful difference, and we are shaping the future generation. And so at Aprendamos Family of Services, we do what we do because we love what we do, and we truly mean that. And each of our staff members are very compassionate about the role that they have within the organization. And we're obviously seeking more A players, as we call them, to be a part of an employer of choice in Doña Ana County. So our current openings, so under Aprendamos Early Intervention, which is our Birth to 3 program, we're looking for a bilingual speech language pathologist. And some of the criteria for this position is that you have received a master's degree in communication disorders and are licensed through the New Mexico Speech and Hearing Board and possess that certification or licensure. We're also seeking a family service coordinator / developmental instructionist. It's a 2-in-1 type of role, where we would need someone for basically all of Doña Ana County, but we have 3 different areas. We have the South, which would be like Anthony, Chaparral, Santa Teresa, etc. We have some that service Las Cruces, and then some for Hatch, and we're seeking individuals for all of those 3 areas. And some of the requirements for this position are a bachelor's or master's degree, primarily in family and child science or family and consumer science. However, if you have public health or social work background, those are welcome as well. And then within Mariposa, our Autism Service Center, which is in Las Cruces and Albuquerque areas, we're seeking a board certified behavior analyst. This could be in person or telehealth. We prefer if they're in person. But basically, this individual would have to have a master's degree and be board certified in behavior analysis, as well as be able to supervise the registered behavior technicians. Obviously, prior experience in all of these is greatly preferred. However, we can teach those skills as well. With the registered behavior technician, this primarily starts out as a behavior technician, and then after you complete the training, you eventually take an exam, pass it, and become a registered behavior technician. And so with the behavior technician, we can take a high school diploma or associates, bachelor's, master's. There's different levels. All of these positions require a criminal background check and drug testing. And then our last position that we're trying to fill is Alegria Family of Counseling, which is independent licensed clinicians. With this, you have to obviously have a master's degree and be board certified through New Mexico as well. And it could be through the social work or family and therapy licensure as well. So primarily we hire LCSWs, LMSW, LPCC, and LMFT for those positions. If you're interested, please send your resumes to hr@aitkids.com. And for eligible employees, we obviously have a bundle of great benefits, but just to highlight a few, we have health, dental, and vision insurance, short and long-term disability, company paid life insurance. You can also seek to elect voluntary life as well. We have a company matched 401k plan, paid time off, and wellness incentives, and holiday pay for those that qualify. All positions, of course, obviously, offer a competitive compensation opportunity for advancement, flexible schedules, staff recognition programs, staff incentives, and an internal referral bonus program. So we truly have hired some of our best individuals from relying on other staff members to refer those individuals to come and work for us. At Aprendamos Family of Services, you can learn more about our programs at www.aitkids.com. You can also make a referral on our website if you know anyone that may benefit from our services. You can also call our main office for the appropriate program, and they can route your calls at 575-526-6682. And we just wanted to also let you know that we believe in investing in our future, one child, one family, and one relationship at a time. It's been an honor to present to you all this afternoon, and thank you for joining us. And thank you for the New Mexico Workforce Connection for having us today. And I'll turn it over to Giselle Palomares, who will take it from here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Erin and Katrina. Thank you for being here today and providing us with all this great information regarding Aprendamos. My name is Giselle Palomares. I'm a career business consultant with New Mexico Workforce Connection. WIOA Title I financially assisted programs and activities are an equal opportunity employer and program. Auxiliary aids and services are available upon request to individuals with disabilities. Relay New Mexico 711 or 1-800-659-8331, and it's funded by the U.S. Department of Labor. If you have any questions at the moment, please feel free to type them into the Q&A box. We can go ahead and answer them live. Or you can always follow our page on Facebook, which is New Mexico Workforce Connection Centers, Southwestern area. The recording will be on there as well if you missed it at this moment. If you have any questions, type them in the Q&A box. Erin and Katrina will go ahead and answer them live. I do have a few for you, Erin.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and.
I also wanted to introduce Caroline Zamora. She joined us as well. She's our Director of Community Relations and Development.
Hi, Caroline.
Hi, thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. How long does your hiring process usually take?
It depends on the position. So I would say anywhere from typically a week to 2 weeks. We of course allow you to give, a notice wherever you're currently working, and we appreciate that and value that, and we'll work with you. We have so many positions, and everyone's a little bit different because of the process. So, for example, in Mask and Esperanza and Alegria, we have to go through what's called the credentialing process. And so we start by letting people know, okay, after the interview, you were accepted or declined. And if you're accepted, then we send you a credentialing packet of information to fill out. Once those have been returned, which is typically anywhere from 2 to 5 days later, I then reach out and offer an official offer. And then we kind of just go from there. We only really make hires on the 1st of the month and the 16th of the month to align with our pay periods. So I hope that kind of answers the question. But yeah, every position could be anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay, great. Thank you. The next question is, what COVID guidelines is Aprendamos following at the moment?
Okay, so currently we use Dr. Owl, which is an app, and we use that at all of our buildings. So you check in on the app, and then we take your temperature. It's basically a touchless check-in, so there's no touching of pens or paper, doorknobs, etc. All of our buildings are locked, and you do have to complete the process and or have an Aprendamos badge to let you in, or our admin team will let you in. So that's one. Second is, of course, wearing the protective equipment such as a face mask or shield when providing services to your child or your family. We also are, of course, monitoring social distancing, wiping down high touch point areas like doorknobs, the copy machine, the bathroom doors, the bathrooms, like all those touch points on the hour. And we're actually kind of doing a blended approach right now where, some of us are working in the office, some of us are working at home, to just allow that office space for each other at the time. Our company, out of transparency, this is actually huge and, very, very much in the beginning stages, but starting July 1st, we will actually be mandating the vaccine unless you qualify under the medical or religious accommodation. So that's something new that we're striving towards. in the line of work that we're doing, and of course to help fight the pandemic. So I forgot to mention that in the beginning. Katrina, Caroline, did I miss anything maybe? I can't, there's so much that we're doing. It's
Also, yeah, so we are mandating the vaccine. And then also all of our buildings have the ion technology. So we have all the air filtration systems in all of our buildings, which we installed, I think, May. So just a couple months after the pandemic started, but we did that in May last year, so that when you do come into the building, just to add a little bit more peace of mind that you know that we are using all that filtration system.
Perfect. Awesome, thank you. I do have one more question, and it's, does the work schedule vary for each position you are hiring for, or do they all follow the same schedule?
So they all have kind of different schedules. Our clinic programs like Esperanza and Alegria typically run off of 8 to 5 or 8 to 6. However, sometimes with Alegria, we see clients on Saturdays, just kind of depends, or after hours, like from 5 to 7. With mask, it could be anywhere from 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening. It just kind of depends on your caseload. And then with Aprendamos, early intervention, the Cariño and conscious fathering, those pretty much run off of Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. However, in early intervention, if a family needs therapy and they can only do Mondays at 6:30, then we have to go with Monday at 6:30. So it just varies based on each position in each program.
Okay, thank you. And then one more question. Where do you get training for the registered behavior tech position?
I can jump in on that one. Erin, give you a break. Oh. Unbelievable.
Okay, Katrina?
I think I'm back.
There we go. Okay.
I think she got disconnected again.
I think you froze again, Katrina.
So the question was, what kind of training does the RBT get?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, the way that we do this is it's typically about a month where you're under training, and it's a mix of online and in-person or hands-on training. And so the actual training itself, I want to say, is 40 hours worth, and then some shadow time and hands-on time. And then once you're done with that, you can opt into taking the registered behavior technician exam. Once you take that exam and you pass it, then we move you from a training wage into a base salary with an opportunity to earn more. So it just kind of depends. They do give you up to 6 months to take the exam, but we're finding that most of our staff will take it and pass it between 30 and 60 days from data hire. So that's basically more or less what it involves for the mask registered behavior technician position.
Great. Thank you so much, Erin, Katrina, and Caroline, for being here today and answering all these questions. Job seekers, if you have any questions regarding these positions, please contact our office at 575-524-6250. And Erin, if you don't mind repeating that email one more time, just so they know where to contact you if they want to apply for any of the positions you mentioned.
Sure. It's just HR@AIT, the word kids.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for watching the virtual recruiting event with Aprendamos. You guys have a great day.
Thank you.